nuclear warning. In a statement, Dmitry Peskov has said that Russia could use nuclear weapons against threats going on, then to say that we could use nuclear weapons if there is a threat to our existence. Now, this is not the first time that we've seen Russia say this. We've earlier also seen a comment that was similar in nature being made by Dmitry Peskov to US media organization, where he said that Russia will use the nuclear weapon if there is an existential threat. Major General P.K. Sehgal is with us right now in our New Delhi studios. Major General Sehgal, thank you for joining us. Good afternoon. What do you make of this latest comment that's coming in from Kremlin?
This is very interesting. This is the fifth time since the commencement of the war that Russia is threatening to use a nuclear weapon in the event of an existential threat. Russia knows that no country in the world, singly or collectively, that is including NATO, which has got 30 countries, can pose an existential threat to Russia. Russia has got mutually assured destructive capability. After absorbing a surprise nuclear attack, it can wipe out America and the rest of the world 100 times over. Under the circumstances, this threat is bogus and is not warranted. Nuclear weapon is not a weapon of war, it's a weapon of deterrence. As far as Ukraine is concerned, it has no capability whatsoever to inflict any casualty or damage to Russian mainland. And NATO and America has gone on record not once but several times since the commencement of the war, in fact since December last year, that under no circumstances will they confront Russian troops in Ukraine at all. Even to the extent of whether if the Russians use chemical or biological weapons. In a conference, Biden was asked while he was in Poland, will you react? He did not respond. The same question was put to Macron, he did not respond. The same question thereafter was put to the British Prime Minister, because these are the three countries which have got nuclear weapons. They did not respond. In other words, they gave very clear indication to Russia that it should not think of using these weapons, as they can cause a huge amount of catastrophe not only to Europe but to Russia as well as to the rest of the world. Under the circumstances, I don't understand why there is a need for Russia to make this threat again and again. It's quite apparent that they not succeeded in breaking the will of the people of Ukraine. They have not been able to achieve any of the initial war plans, nor are they succeeded in their modified war plans. Modified war plans appears to be to divide Ukraine into North Ukraine and South Ukraine. Here also, they could capture these areas, but they will not be able to retain it. As long as the people have the will to fight from the roads, from the streets, from the houses, etc., under no circumstances will they succeed. If you recall what Churchill had said, we'll fight from the oceans, we'll fight from the forests, we'll fight from the beaches, but we will never surrender. Ukraine is displaying a similar spirit, and it is impossible for Russia, despite horrendous attacks against every type of target, even civilian targets, which normally no military ever carries out attacks against them. They've attacked hospitals, they've attacked schools, they've attacked churches, they've attacked mosques, they've attacked everything that should have been attacked in war. They thought that they'll be able to terrorize the civilians, who will thereafter force their government to bend.
Right, absolutely.
But
absolutely. So, Major General P.K. Sehgal, you think that these are just empty threats that are being made by the Russian side? Stay with us. I'm going to go across to Natasha, who's joining us from the newsroom. Natasha, I believe you have some new visuals that we have now accessed.
That's right, Nupur. Now, this is a big statement coming from Russia. In fact, once again threatening nuclear threat. They're saying that Russia would only use nuclear weapons against a threat to the existence of the state. This statement, remember, Nupur, had also come 3 days earlier, where they said exactly the same thing. Kremlin spokesperson had said that if Russia faces an existential threat to their sovereignty, they will not deter from using nuclear weapons. Now, remember, Nupur, this statement also comes once again after the Feb 28 warning right from Vladimir Putin, who had actually put nuclear weapons on high alert, and they have since been making irresponsible statements, which US and other countries have also called out repeatedly, saying that nuclear weapons and saying these statements is highly irresponsible on the part of Russia. So here once again Russia making that big statement, threatening a nuclear war, and we're waiting to see how other countries are going to react, even as the peace talks are continuing in Turkey right now.